Come on. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I'm sorry, let me get on here. I've been doing the wrong thing.
How are you all doing?
This is me.
I'm sorry, let me get on here.
Oh, shoot. How is everybody? I pray everybody is doing well this evening. Well, I'm going to come on here. This is your girl, Yo-Yo. I know it's been a minute, but I am back. I am back. And I want to show y'all something. Look. Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. Got me a custom-made hoodie by my girl, Gassy Wynn. Y'all go check her out. She is amazing. Amazing. Hey, Insta. Hey, Insta. All right, y'all. All right. Well, a little few things before we get started. This is my second season at Let's Grow with Yo-Yo, and I want to put some little things out there. Okay, on Let's Grow with Yo-Yo page, I would like for everybody to go and like and share that page so I can get the word out. People can start noticing. Or on Instagram at Yo-Yo7393001. That is my Instagram, and Let's Grow with Yo-Yo is my Facebook page. I want you all to go like and share that page, and let's get these numbers up, okay? Then next Thursday at 7 p.m., I believe, my girl Danny Direct will be back on Facebook. So if you all can go and check her out on next Thursday, I think that's the 10th. And then on Wednesday, February the 9th, she's having a prayer visual. So it will be streamed on Facebook also. So go on Renita Danielle or Danny Direct. All right, now that is out the way, let's get this party started. All right. It is February 1st, 2022. Are you happy to see another year? Because I am. I am blessed to see another day. I am happy to see another year. And it is the first day of Black History Month. Even though you should be celebrating every year. Okay? But it's the first day of Black History Month. And I wanted to give y'all a little did you know in Black history. This week we are looking at the first woman of color as the United States Vice President, Kamala Harris. Woohoo! VP Harris, as you all know, this makes her the highest ranking female in U.S. history. That is one for the books, y'all, that we as African American women have somebody of color in that office as a woman. That is amazing. VP Harris was born in December 1964. She served as the Attorney General for California from 2011 to 2017 and U.S. Senator representing California from 2017 to 2021 when she became elected as VP. That is your Did You Know in Black history. Well, let's talk about these voting rights. Yes, we're going to talk about voting rights because people, hey, Supreme, people are always, hey, y'all, talking about voting. I had talked to a couple of people when I was still doing my campaigning, and a young lady said, why should I vote? My vote does not count. Let me say something to you people right now. Your vote does count. Your vote means everything to the democracy of the United States. Yes, really. We have to vote. if our vote didn't count, they wouldn't be working so hard to take our vote away. So let me go in to the spill for tonight. We are going to talk about the Voting Rights Act that was not passed by the Senate in January. It was not passed. The John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, that is what it's called. It's a proposed legislative that would have the advanced increase of federal control over parts of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Meaning that some of the stuff, because states, shut up, boy. The states have control over their state on their voting rights and stuff like that. However, if you look at it, if the federal government puts in a law, it's a blanket law for across the country, and the states could not go against this law. But they overlooking it right now, right? Okay. The VRA, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, is a legislative that prohibits racial discrimination. This was amended 5 times by Congress to expand protection. The VRA was designed to enforce the voting rights guaranteed by the 4th and 5th Amendment of the Constitution. These 2 amendments prohibit each state from denying the right to vote due to race, color, or previous condition or servitude. I'm just giving y'all a little bit of facts of the 4th and 5th Amendment. I know you all know what your Constitution says, right? Right? No? Okay, y'all have to go look that up. The bill that went forth was to add more protection to the voting rights, but Republicans did not want to add the protection, nor did 2 Democrats, Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema. Now, why would you say that? Well, they voted against the Voting Rights Act. Now, this is where I say your vote matters, right? Everybody in the United States, black and brown people, say that President Biden has not done anything to help black or brown people or indigenous people or anything like that. Well, guess what? He is a president. Yes, he's the commander-in-chief. But the House of Representatives and the Senate make or break the laws. Did y'all know that? I hope so. It's part of government in school. So that's why this election year, 2022, is very, very important for our democracy. If we lose the Senate, you can best believe that anything that President Biden wants to put forth would not be able to go through. Meaning we won't have voting rights. We won't have protection. We don't have protection now anyway. But anything that you want for your agenda, like healthcare, what you call the Family Leave Act, money for HBCUs, all of that would cease to exist or would not pass the Senate if Democrats lose the Senate. So we have to take into account who we voted for. So that goes for your governors, your senators, your House of Representatives, your mayors, your justices of the peace, your police chiefs, your DAs. All of them are important to this election. Why do you say that, Yomi? Let me tell you why. Thank you, Supreme. Because if we don't have people in place that works for us, we will have years like under Trump. We had a lie that has been growing and festering for a year now, over a year now, about the stolen election. First of all, let me get back to this. We have the right to vote. In 2020, former President Trump said that his election was stolen. Now, Yes, 7 million people voted for Trump. I have to give him that. However, 8 point something million people voted for Biden. And Biden won the Electoral College. So fair and square, he won the election. We, African Americans, pushed it over in Georgia, thanks to Stacey Abrams and Mayor Bottoms and some more people. They pushed it over the top in Georgia. Michigan pushed it over the top, in Arizona turned blue. Well, Arizona turned purple because, you know, blue and red, I guess that makes purple, whatever. So we got him into office. And because of a big lie that Trump states, that the election was stolen. People were voting more than once. I don't see how you could vote more than once, because if you vote outside your jurisdiction, you won't be able to vote. That's the law. And it was proven in multiple courts that there was no such thing as an election fraud. Now, that brings us back to why we should vote. Each state is trying to take your right to vote away. So let me talk about the state that I am in, Texas. Bless his heart. Governor Abbott has closed over 40, 50 polling sites in the state of Texas, right? He passed the SB 7, well, that's part of a bill for voting. And in it, you have to choose between going to church or voting if the polling site is open on Sunday. If you decide to go to church, you can't vote. I don't know how that works, but that's in the bill. And if you choose to take your neighbor, say your neighbor is disabled or can't drive, whatever ailment, disability your neighbor might have, they cannot, you can't take them to vote unless now you get a license from the Department of Motor Vehicle or the voter registration thing stating, giving you permission to drive let's say Sally Sue, to the voting polls. She is your neighbor and she is disabled to drive. She's unable to drive because of X, Y, and Z. You have to have that, and you have to have proof that she is disabled in order for you to drive her to the polling sites. And also in this, if a person that is blind or deaf goes to try to vote, because you know they have the Braille machines for the blind people, and if before you were allowed to help them, like walk them to the little box that we have in, you are allowed to show them the rope to get them to poll. We're not allowed to do that anymore. We cannot assist anyone in voting, which is crazy to me. Elderly people. This is all in this law. What's the man name? Governor Abbott put forth. If you have elderly people and you are at a polling site, you can no longer have a drink of water. You can't bring a chair to sit in. Anything that will assist you to help you stay in the line to vote. But there's a catch to that. If you are in line by 6:45 and that line is down the street and around the corner, they're going to have people out there looking. If you were in that line by 6:45, you have the right to vote. They cannot turn you away. So, listen, the best thing to do is go to early voting. Now, with that, they're trying to cut the time down for early voting, meaning that some people may not be able to get off work. They may close polling sites on Sundays because most people work Monday through Saturday. Some people, not all. And you can't go vote if you're at work, right? So you have to you have to choose your livelihood or voting. This is where it gets so crazy and it's getting out of hand, and that's why we needed that voting rights, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act, because it would have been a blanket federal governed statute that each state would have to go by. Let's say a map. Okay, I can't do this. I can't. If they say stay open to 7, they have to stay open to 7. If the elderly people need rides, they could go ahead and we could give them a ride. If the people over here, the blind man needs help showing him how to vote, we can help them. All these laws now are going to start hindering Black and brown people. Because let's think about it. In certain areas, polling sites in the African American community, Latino community, Asian community, they close down because they want you to have to work harder to get the vote or deter you from voting. This is what the Republicans are saying. And I had the clip, I think, of Mitch McConnell, but I don't know where it went to. It didn't share. Stating 2 weeks ago when the bill did not pass, and he got on TV and he states, African American votes at a high rate like the rest of us Americans. To me, I don't know how that sounds to you all, but to me it sounds like he's separating African American from Americans. Now, let me go back to the Constitution. In the Constitution, we are still considered 3/5 of a person. In other words, they don't think we're people. So that's just where I think we need to look and figure out and work and see where we are and how we're working and what are the things that we're doing and how are we going to help our society get out to vote. Now, in the state of Texas, there was no special session to fix the grids, for when we had that blackout last year with hundreds, thousands of people that were out electricity and water for a week or so, or a little over a week, or a little bit more, I think it was. But Greg Abbott held a special session for the voting rights in Texas. And I should say that he will put to jail, he got his attorney general to agree to this, any representative of the state. He will lock them up who didn't show up for this session. What if you planned a vacation? What if you didn't think about going? You didn't know there was a special session called, or you already had plans. You're going to cancel your plans to go to him? Well, guess what? He was going to lock you up if you did not show up to the special session. As of May 2021, 48 states in the United States of America put forth restrictive provisions for voting rights. Does it seem that we're going backwards instead of forward? Does it seem that instead of progressing, that we are slowly going back? They already did away with affirmative action. They are doing things that's not conducive to help us vote in America. So again, I say to you, if you want your democracy to stay the way it is, or better democracy, vote. Vote. As soon as your state has an early election, if they open up at 7 o'clock in the morning and you don't have to be to work at 9 o'clock, go vote. Be out there at 7 o'clock or 7:30 in the morning. That'll give you enough time to go vote and get to work. Vote. Not just for the presidency, but vote for your state representatives, the Senate, the House of Representatives, your attorney generals, your DAs. I'm going to keep reiterating how important your vote is for American democracy. If it was up to Trump, this would be a dictatorship. Now listen, I can't knock everything that Trump has done, because honestly, there were some things I kind of agreed with him with. However, when he came and said that he won that election and he did not, he was Looney Tune. Crazy, out of his mind. Okay? We have to get out that mindset that our voice doesn't matter. Again, as I said it before, if our voice didn't matter, they wouldn't be trying to stop us so bad. That goes to when you vote and you put in the person that you want, you have your moral values, your kind of thinking. Now listen, let me say this. Not everybody is going to get what they want. Let's be realistic. Hey, I want to be a billionaire. I mean, it could happen, Lord willing, but I ain't got it. So you have to be realistic. Some things is a give and take, right? So if you want minimum wage raised, vote people in office that are going to make sure that minimum wage get raised to at least $15 an hour. Maybe they won't raise it to $15, $16 an hour. Maybe it'll be $13 an hour. It's better than $8.75 or $8.50 as it is now. Maybe you want the Family Leave Act to where mothers can take maternity leave and fathers can take maternity leave without docking their pay or using their regular leave and then or sick leave. They'll get paid because they're out on maternity leave. It's a separate pot of money. It's something, these people, you got to think, these are the people that you want in office to help you get your agenda across. Y'all have to remember, they work for us. We don't work for them. They work for us. We put them in office. We say who goes in there. And if those people are not working toward what your goal is, put them out. Vote them out. Hey, boo, how are you? Vote them out. It's too easy. Vote them out. Y'all have that right to vote them out. This is getting crazy, and I know I'm tired of saying the same thing, but it is something that we have to do. We have to stop allowing ourselves to think that we work for them. No, they work for us. Now, let me tell you a few things that Joe Biden did do that he said he was going to do, and which we elected him to do, and he got done. 48 federal judges was appointed under his watch in the first year. 48. Trump did 23. This is the most a president federal judges a president put in office. Mm-hmm. He got the infrastructure bill passed, which is a big thing because we needed the infrastructure bill, right? But we missed out on the civilian infrastructure bill that put in Medicaid for all or money for HBCUs and things like that. So that we're going to have to revisit later. However, if you put the right people in office and it comes up again, guess what? It'll pass. It'll go through. But we have to know how to do things in decency and in order. And we have to get our vote out there. We have to get our vote out. I am excited. I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there for today. I am excited about this journey with Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. We are doing more things. Well, I'm doing more things. I'm going to try not to bore you with voting, but I need you all to understand that it is your right to vote. It is your right to put the body in office that wants your thinking. Let's think about that. Trump said this in 2020. People believed a lie. And we had the insurrection on January 6th of 2021. If we get enough people in Georgia, we got enough people of color to vote and put Biden in office. And then we had a runoff January 5th, and we got 2 senators from Georgia, people of color, Democratic, to go to the Senate, to make it a 50-50 split in the Senate. Now, let me rephrase that 50-50 split, because you might got 50 Democrats and 50 Republicans, something like that. But 2 of these Democrats don't vote Democratic. I'm telling you, I be thinking they Republicans masked as Democrats. I could be wrong, but that's just Yo-Yo's thinking. Okay? So, we have to do better with voting. That is going to be my show for tonight, you all. I didn't want to be up here long tonight because I have some good things coming next week. We are going to be talking about boundaries. We are going to be talking about the Supreme Court nominee that Joe Biden is hopefully announcing soon, and which I'm excited about because he wants to put a woman of color up there. And I think that is a great, great thing because we are overlooked all the time and we are smart. So we're going to be talking a lot of things coming up, and I'm excited. So go on Facebook, type in Let's Grow with Yo-Yo, like and share that page. Instagram, Yo-Yo7393001. And YouTube, Let's Grow with Yo-Yo. Follow me on all platforms, subscribe to YouTube channel, and like and share. Share the page. I don't know how you share on Instagram, but make sure that you share and you like the page. Hey y'all. And I will be back next week. Next Thursday, do not forget, is Danny Direct. She was coming on live and unfiltered for you. And next Wednesday is the prayer visual. I'm not sure what time that is. I'll have to ask her, and I'll just post it on my page. I thank you all for joining. You all have a blessed and wonderful night. Bye-bye.